What's going on, everyone? This is your boy Jazz over at the Lobby of Hobbies, and today we're taking a look at a new game coming to Gamefound from the collaboration of Burnt Island Games and Grand Gamers Guild. This is Endeavor Deep Sea. This one's set to launch on Gamefound April 25th, and this is a follow-up, I guess you would call it, to the prequel Endeavor Age of Sail. Now, this one has a new theme, but not only just the same game with a new theme, this completely has some new mechanics layered into it, along with some a new system in how they are playing this one. So if you're ready to check this one out, let's get into it. In Endeavor Deep Sea, you will take on the role of a team leader, seeking to recruit a team of various specialists as you attempt to explore the vast depths of the ocean, gaining research, using your sonar to explore the new depths of the ocean waters, all while diving to greater depths, making conservation efforts, and documenting your discoveries in your journal. Your discoveries and positive impact on the ocean will grant you rewards such as building your team's reputation, promoting your specialists, and coordinating new conservation efforts to outscore your opponents. As you navigate the vast water, will you be able to take on the challenges of the deep sea? The fate of the ocean is in your hands. Alright, so let's talk about Endeavor Deep Sea, how the game plays, talk about how the turn structure works, but also how it differs from Age of Sail. That way you can make a determination on whether this is something you want to back when it hits Gamefound April 25th. Now be mindful, everything that you're seeing, everything that I'm talking about is in prototype form, so these things are subject to change. So follow along with the campaign page for any updates regarding that. But in Deep Sea, the first thing you're going to notice is that the board is a modular board. So there is this potential 5x5 grid, depending on how wide or how deep you explore into this ocean. And each tile is going to have different actions available to it. When a tile comes out, it will give you, or whoever discovered that tile or placed that tile will get a potential upgrade, or sometimes it'll be a movement up on your track, or maybe some more research points. Whatever the case may be, you're going to get some benefit for discovering and placing that tile. You're going to be traveling through these tiles, and depending on where you travel, which boards you get to, it's also going to give you a benefit as well. But the other big thing that is different from Age of Sail, not just the modular board, is going to be the impact board. Now, this impact board is also a mission board. Each game, this is a scenario-based style game where you're going to have a different scenario and a different setup for the game. And each one is going to maybe work towards, this mission might be exploring the ocean, how vast and how deep you can explore. The other one might be the conservation efforts that you have in the game, so what type of conservation players are doing. And it will have the various end game scoring goals over onto the right of the board, and depending on who does maybe more diving in this region of the board, they'll get a set number of points. And I think there's a first, second, and third depending on how many players are in the game. But one thing about this conservation board you'll notice, or this impact board that you'll notice, is there's these little cube spaces you can place cubes out to, which will also grant you various benefits. Players are going to be working together to place cubes on, and when you place a cube on, it doesn't always have to be adjacent to yours, it just has to be adjacent to another cube. So how much impact you have on the ocean will determine sometimes how many points you get at the end of the game. So this game has this point salad type effort in how you're going to be scoring your points. This is a typical Euro game through and through. But let's talk about how the turn structure works. Just like Age of Sail, players will have a player board. They're going to be trying to increase themselves on 4 different tracks that will affect the different things they can do on their turn. The first track is the reputation track. The higher you go will determine the strength of the specialists you can hire onto your team. Then you have the inspiration track, which is the track that's going to give you more action discs that you can allocate to your specialists. You also have the coordination track. This coordination track is going to be one that's going to free up the action spaces on your specialist. You're going to gain some of your discs back so that you can reallocate them and activate some of those same specialists that you might have had. Now remember, Talking about specialists, every specialist has a unique ability, but all players will start off with a team leader that has all of the actions in the game right on there. The other thing you have is the ingenuity track. Now, the ingenuity track is the one that allows you to explore the ocean. So the higher you get is going to sometimes unlock more vessels, but also it determines how far or how deep you can move into the ocean. And then you have these different actions that you can do on your specialist. You have the move action, which is the travel. You're going to travel throughout the ocean. You have the sonar action, which allows you to discover new tiles and place new tiles out onto the board. You're going to have the dive action, which you're going to be able to dive at the tile that you're at, find out what you discover. Sometimes it's more research, which you can utilize later in the game, but also it might be another bonus on one of your tracks. So you can utilize that that dive token right away, or you can save it for a later turn. You also have what is it called? The conservation action. When you conserve, you're going to be going to one of the conservation spots on the tile that you're at, and sometimes it'll give you more spots that you can move up on your track. It might give you the ability to upgrade one of your specialists. It might give you research. There's a bunch of different things. It might allow you to work on that impact board, and depending on the connections that you make on the different tracks, whether it be on an impact board track or whether it be on a conservation track, sometimes there's a benefit in the middle. Now, what's different about Deep Sea as opposed to Age of Sail? Now, in this one, whoever has a token connecting that is going to get the benefit. So it's not just the player having the player having tokens on both ends of that connecting track. It's whoever's connected will get that benefit, which is different from Age of Sail. But this one, like I said, is this conservation effort that all players are working together towards to conserve the ocean, so they all get the benefit. They're all trying to do nice things, I guess. And then you have the journaling action. So when you journal, it's going to allow you to grab one of the face-up cards, sometimes get an immediate benefit for yourself. Sometimes there's also a benefit for everybody at the table, but you're going to gain that card. Sometimes it allows you to upgrade a specialist or whatever the case may be. But these are the actions you're going to be doing throughout the game, working yourself up on your player board, spending your research to sometimes purchase these different cards from the journaling action or do conservation efforts. But that is through and through Endeavor Deep Sea. Definitely check out the campaign page to find out more about this when this launches on Gamefound April 25th. But if there are any questions about the differences or something that you think I may not have covered that you want me to kind of talk about, hey, down in the comments below, please ask the questions, but definitely follow along with the campaign page. I'm going to put the link down in the description. If this is your first time at the channel, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way you can be notified anytime we drop new content here on the channel. But just remember, share the games that you enjoy, and hopefully others discover something worth checking out. Thanks a lot.